genuinely beat the case, y'all.
Well, I saw this coming, but I think there's something deeper that's going on here. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Bleu, this channel where you find the truth, seek understanding, and be the light. So this is actually very weird. And the reason I say that is very weird, and this is actually very unfortunate. The situation that we have right now is Jidion. I think Jidion. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his name, but the situation is that this guy is a heavy YouTuber, big time YouTuber, whatever the case is. Got 2 channels that has over 1 million followers and stuff like that. I didn't know who he was before entirely. I didn't know who he was. I knew his name sounded familiar, but I couldn't remember. From where. And turns out recently he got arrested. Now, of course, if you guys follow my bodycam channel, we saw the body cam footage of him getting arrested. Now, what did he get arrested for? Doing some, he was consumed by the content creation life. Now, Big Blue, what do you mean consumed? What does that mean? He was consumed by the dark side? Essentially, here's just a quick snippet of the stuff that took place in the body cam video.
So chat, we got a giant speaker here. We got a giant speaker here.
Why don't I...
Bro, the police are giving him a ride. I'm actually dead. Boo!
Shortly afterward, Skeeter and Jidion arrive at the station with a large group of people, demanding to speak with Joe. By then, Joe was already left for McDonald's again, and when the detective tells them that Joe is not at the station, Jidion mentions filing a missing persons report, arguing that officers had taken
What?
It's around 3 p.m. now, over 4 hours since this situation first began, and as an officer arrives at the restaurant to speak with Joe again, he has no idea that Skeeter and Jidion are about to bring the storm right back to McDonald's.
So you see what I mean? Ultimately, he was so compelled and so driven to get the content out because the stream was specifically to mess up the uncle. And then when the police came and took the uncle, now it's like, what are we gonna do? So because of this, he began to harass the uncle, trying to find him, trying to locate him, and just be annoying because that was kind of what the job was. They couldn't do it at the house, so let's do it elsewhere. But it's like now it's a matter of harassment. So I don't understand what like, this is crazy at this point. I call it harassment. It may not have been harassment in the court, but like, what are you doing? All this for the sake of content. Now, if you guys want to see that video, the full video, I got the link in the description. You could check it out and just see like what took place during his arrest. So the interesting thing and why I'm bringing this up in this channel is because what made me remember who he was that this guy was a prankster before, and like the bad prankster that they had in the past, disruptive, a nuisance, menace to society type prankster. And then he had a coming to Jesus moment. He had a coming to Jesus moment in which he switched things up, and then that's when it clicked. I remember the video in which he said that he was going to stop pranking, and because of his newfound faith that he was going to switch things up, and then that's when he started doing the what do you call those stings? He started doing sting type videos where he's catching predators and stuff like that. So then I was confused. How did we get here? How did we get to here? We went from a point of being a menace to society, finding Jesus, switching things up and trying to do things for the betterment of society, catching predators and stuff like that, because we don't like predators whatsoever. I mean, I think now in China, if you're caught sexually assaulting or whatever the case is, or whatever the case is when it comes to children, it's the death penalty. Of course, that's not here, but it's like we take things serious when it comes to kids. So it's like, how did we get from that to your homeboy decides to want to do a stream to mess up his uncle, to be a nuisance to his uncle, and so you decide to get in on it, and now you're just so caught up in making sure that you get the content that now you're now in jail. You see what I'm saying? But enough of that. Let's go to the video that he put out right after he was released. Let's check it out.
I genuinely beat the case, y'all. So for you guys that don't know, we had court today. and all charges are dismissed. They're dismissed with prejudice. I am fully acquitted. My fans are fully acquitted. And the cool thing is the lawyer that I got for them, he has expunged their record completely. So their mugshot.
I'm going to assume that he's driving a Tesla because he's definitely focused heavily on the camera. There's no way he could do that while driving.
Is going to be destroyed, and their fingerprints in the system is also going to be destroyed. So your boy's completely a free man. This case is completely behind me.
Oh, sorry. No, he's not even driving. He's not even driving. Somebody's driving him. Never mind.
And I'm just ready to just move forward, going on catching and stuff. And you know, guys, genuinely, I know now. Leave that streaming and pranking stuff alone, and I'm gonna just, you know, worry about catching bad guys. So right now we're about to meet up with Skeet. We're gonna go catch a couple guys, and we're gonna be busy. So please keep us in your prayers and everything. But I just wanted to let my supporters know I'm free, and I also wanted to let my haters know I'm free. And either which way, I appreciate you guys. And you know, genuinely, from one multimillionaire to another, I love you guys.
So this video is provided by Phil DeFranco Show. This is the video in which he brought up to his fans that he was switching up. This wasn't the video I saw though. If I recall, it may be.
My girl, we were Ubering back from her college, and then right when we got back to the crib, the Uber driver, she looked back at us and she asked us a question. She said, "If you guys were to die right now, would you go to heaven or would you go to hell?" I had to be honest with myself. I had to look into myself, and I was like, the way I'm living right now, if God was to take my breath away right now, I'm going to hell.
So now this is I haven't seen this one. This may be part of his stream. This is the part where we see him talking about just his mindset and all this.
Inward reflection, and I've been talking to my fiance a lot, and I just kind of came to realize, you know, what I was doing wrong. I was genuinely losing the plot. And while I still don't think I committed a crime, I've come to realize that, you know, genuinely, streaming makes me the worst me. You see somebody in the chat say boring or L stream or something like that, and then it flips a switch in you where you want to be more entertaining and you want to, you know, pump up the levels and everything, and you want to entertain. I have a fragile ego where like I let comments and things people say affect me. And I realized like the last couple of days, I feel like the reason why I got to this point is because I haven't been reading comments. It's because I haven't been looking at videos about me talking about the situation. And it's letting me come to a more clearer view. I've seen some of you guys in the comment section like calling it out, like, Jidion, you're going back to your old self. You know what I mean? Like dibbling, dabbling in pranks and stuff like that.
So where do we go with this? This is kind of the part that I've been mentioning previously. And I'm not here to get on Jidion and his faith. I want to say that this is where I'm glad that when he looked at the comments of the videos of his arrest, it made him realize, it made him reflect on his life. And that's kind of the really important thing when it comes to the faith, is that we reflect. When we do things, we reflect. When we commit a sin, we reflect. Not saying that what he did necessarily was one could debate about whether it's a sin or not. I would say so, because ultimately you're trying to gain by somebody else's demise. And it doesn't matter how low you think the person is. Even the thought of this person is lower than me, I could do this to them. That, again, sinful. We shouldn't have these type of mindsets where we're thinking negative and thinking lower of other people. It doesn't matter who they are. That's not the way that we should be living a Christian lifestyle. Somebody that's of the faith. Now, again, that's not to sit here and judge him, but I think that's another thing when it comes to the channel, when it comes to YouTube as a whole, or Twitch, or whatever streaming content creation that you want to be. You get so sucked up in making sure that you got to put something out, you got to be entertaining, you got to supply for your audience, that once you start seeing some people say something, like he said, he saw some comments, some negative comments saying that he was boring, and he's like, oh, boring? What? I bet. Let me give you something. And honestly, that was a form of, the way that I see it, that's a form of temptation that really hit him, and he succumbed to it because that was something that he did in the past. And after he came to realization of Jesus, and so he says that he switched his life around. Now he should be walking in this new lifestyle, understanding of what he did was wrong, and that he didn't want to be in that life, live that type of lifestyle anymore, or at least the content that he puts out be that type of content anymore. And then all it took was one person to be like, yo, you're boring. And then that's immediately like, yo, you know who I am? I'm not boring. I got you boring. And then took them right back here. The thing is that we find these temptations in our lives every single day. So it's like we have to steer clear of these things. We need to have that vision, that foresight vision of seeing the temptations from miles away. And be like, yeah, nah, we not doing that. We're actually going to go this direction and stay away from it. So the next question that somebody's probably going to ask is, how could he have seen this from a mile away? Well, if you guys watch the video, you'll see that the Skeeter guy, it's the Skeeter guy's uncle that they were trying to do the prank thing on. It wasn't his uncle. It was the Skeeter guy. The Skeeter hit up Jidion and said, yo, let's go ahead and mess this guy. Let's go ahead and mess up my uncle, which essentially is like prank mode. Oh, and the other thing that he said was, I can mess up my uncle, expose my uncle, and make millions off of it.
But then I thought, wait a minute, I have a YouTube channel and it's monetized, so I can just expose him on the internet and make some money off of it.
Bro, sin 101. Sin 101 is literally what I was talking about. You're intentionally trying to bring somebody else down, and then you're trying to gain something out of it. So coming from a spiritual sense, that should have been a red flag. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But that's just me because of where I'm at right now. I'm hoping that maybe he, in his reflection, that he noticed this. In his reflection, that he sees that these things, the way of life, the spirits of this world, they'll try to bring you back to who you were before. But when we rely on the spirit, that's how we maintain ourselves and allow to not be affected by these things, not to entertain these type of things. Because it's like, we got to live in this world, and things are going to continuously come at us. And depending on who you are, and you remembering what the main goal is, and running the race that you need to run so that we can get to the finish line when we all finally died and pass, we have to be diligent in the run and being mindful of what is going on, and while keeping our sights on God. Make sure that we don't trip, though, because there are things that will be on the floor that's be willing to be obstacles to trip us up. But, I mean, it's an interesting situation nonetheless. I was disappointed, highly disappointed, when I finally remembered that this was the guy that said that he's coming to the faith, and then to now do this and the way that he reacted throughout the whole thing. I was highly disappointed. And a lot of people are saying that even the videos, even his responses that we just seen are just bluffs. But all I could do is just pray and hope that this was a true reflection, that he truly does go back to, possibly staying true to the faith and realizing like the wrongs that he did, as far as this goes. And I think honestly, like he just said, he went back into doing a video with the Skeeter guy doing the the stings, and I think that he just posted one not too long ago. So I don't know, guys. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. We catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.